Okay, so we are training for the training. And what I mean by that is, prior to starting my training block for the marathon, I look at the scariest sessions and I think about how I can break them up so that when I go to do those sessions in the training block, they're less daunting. Here we go, training for the training. I'm going to go and do 3 by 8 minutes at what is probably threshold pace for me at the minute, but is marathon pace for a sub 2:30 marathon. So 5:45 a mile is what I'm going for. I've got a long, straight stretch of road that I'm running on. Hopefully the traffic isn't too bad. I'm surprisingly nervous about this one, but let's just get into it and get it done. Stop procrastinating. So it's all about settling into the pace, I think. Making sure the pace is not too serious.
So despite my concerns, I actually ran a good session here. In the first 8 minutes, I did an average of 5:38 a mile, which is 3:30 a kilometre. In the second 8-minute rep, I ran 5:41 a mile, which is 3:32 a kilometre. And in the last one, I ran 5:24 a mile, which is 3:21 a kilometre.
Okay, so you've got to get used to the long runs again. So I train for the training by doing semi-long runs. We're doing 10 miles today, nice and easy. The first run in the training block, the first long run, is 16 miles. So, got to make sure that's not a shock to the system. That was a bit faster than I should have done. 11 miles. I was going to do 10 miles in 75 minutes, but I went just beyond 11. So that's fine, but I need to make sure I don't overdo it. That is not what this training block is about. So you've all heard of Yasso 800s, right? That's where you do 10 800s with equal rest, and it's supposed to predict your marathon time. So in training for today's training, I'm going to do 5 800s with 2.5 minutes recovery. And the plan is to get them around the pace I want when I'm doing my actual marathon training, which is about 2:29 ideally, but around 2:30 today will be good. I'm actually doing half-mile repeats rather than 800s, so there's an extra 4.5 meters in there, so bear that in mind.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, this one hurt, and it was exactly the session I needed because this put some speed in and really made me dig into the pain cave. So as you can see, I hit the times that I needed. I was happy to get that done, but 10 of those at that pace is going to be challenging.
New York City. So I'm in New York City. Behind me is Central Park, and I'm going to do 15 by 1 minute on, 1 minute off, which is training for the training again. I am trying to get used to running 15 by a minute because that's part one of my double threshold sessions. When I'm in full training, I'll be doing 15 by a minute in the morning and a tempo run in the afternoon. So this again is a gradual introduction to training to get used to my double threshold days. So let's get on it. I forgot how hilly Central Park is. Okay. See you in a minute. I'll start off the top of this hill. Okay, so these are the starts of my reps.
So I really like this session, and I tend to do it every 2 weeks during the marathon training program. I find it really good for efficiency and working on your form and making sure that you have enough speed in your legs and just generally flushing out the legs. So running around Central Park, improving my confidence with this type of session was exactly what I needed. So 15 by a minute on, a minute off. Really good fun, and I tried to get all of them under 5 minutes. I got there or thereabouts, so really happy with that preliminary speed session. I wore the Adios 8 shoes on this workout, which are a pair of shoes that I really like. I don't want carbon fibre plated shoes on this type of workout. I really want to work on my toe off and my foot efficiency and my foot form. So this is really a session where you're looking to work on your form and your speed and your efficiency more than anything.
Okay, so that's done. I think this is the finish line for the New York City Marathon, which is pretty cool. So this was just to freshen up the legs, work on the form, and get ready for those days in a month or so when I'm going to do this in the morning and then a tempo in the afternoon. So today we're in Central Park again, and I'm going to do 2 by 10 minutes tempo rather than a 20-minute tempo, just getting used to it. I'm hoping the pace is going to be about 5:30 to 5:44 a mile, and that's what that is in kilometers. But I'm quite excited by today's session because when you're in New York, you can get things that you can't ordinarily get in Calgary. I'm trying these out. So that was 5:33 a mile for the first 10 minutes. I felt okay. I felt a bit tired, to be honest, but that's the point of these sessions, just getting used to the training. Okay, so done. Central Park is definitely not flat and it is super humid, so there's my excuses. The second set I think was about high 5:30s, low 5:40s, which is good enough. That's what I wanted. It was in the zone. So on to the next one. That was good training for the training. The shoes I'm undecided on. Like, I think I prefer the Vaporflies. Like, these are super squishy. I could see how people love them in the marathon, but I just found them a bit much. So seriously, is there anywhere better than the track on a hot summer's day? So we're going to do 5 by a kilometre and we're aiming for about 3:20 pace, maybe a little bit faster, we'll see how we feel. And this is training for the training in the sense that when I get into marathon training, I'm going to be doing 10 by a kilometre, which feels like a lot. So this session is designed to be an introduction to that difficult session. Okay, so here we go, 5 by K.
So this one went well. I did 5 by a kilometre. The first one was in 3:14, then 3:12, then 3:12 again, then 3:10, and then 3:08. And generally I felt good throughout and strong, and I was really happy with the way the whole session went.
Done. That was 5 by K. I do like 5 by anything because you get the first one, you're just sort of getting used to it. You do the second one, you usually feel okay on the second one. The third one starts to hurt, but then you just sort of feel, well, after this one, I've only got one more. So I do like 5 of everything. I probably gave myself more recovery than I should have, so 3 minutes recovery, but that's okay. We're not looking for any heroes today. We're just looking to get ready for the actual training. So they were nice and fast. I'm happy with those. So that'll do. Nice session, knocked it out of the way. On to the next one. I think we're at the end, to be honest.